Tuesday, January 16, 2018, and it's now 4:30. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence after?
Commissioner Leos, could you lead us? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we have a roll call on the commissioners?
Soto Presley, Kasperky, Navejas,
Here.
Myrick,
Here.
Hopbridge.
Here, for the record, we have 3 present and 2 absent. Number 3, declaration of conflict of interest. Okay, number 4 is our communications.
Commissioner, one was received, and I'll go ahead and read it. It's dated January 10th, 2018. It says, Dear Mr. Hopbridge, I recently sold my home in Illinois and looking to purchase another single-family home in Hammond, Indiana. I recently noticed vacant lots in Hammond located at 1029, 1031, and 1033 Kenwood. The Redevelopment Department informed me that I would need to write you to get information on obtaining one of the lots to build a single-family home. I would appreciate an opportunity to meet with you to discuss the procedure for purchasing 1 or 2 of the lots. You can reach me at the following phone number at your earliest convenience. Thank you. Cordially, Shelley Winder.
Okay, I'm not sure if we need a motion on this, but we can just probably refer this to staff or for somebody to look into the lots.
We'll follow up with her.
And if you could, I don't mind calling her, but if you could maybe give her a phone call as well.
No, I'll call her, and then I'll schedule a meeting with her, and I'll report to you the status of that meeting, or the outcome of that meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Africa.
Thank you.
All right, number 5 is our minutes from December 19th, 2017, and we have one for the new year, January 2nd, 2018.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes for December 19th, 2017, and January 2nd, 2018 for the Redevelopment Commission.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the minutes from December 19th, 2017, and January 2nd, 2018. Is there any corrections or additions to these minutes? Okay, roll call, please.
Soto Presley, Kasperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopbridge.
Yes, motion passes. 3 yes, 2 absent. All right, number 6, homebound conditional forgivable loan approval. I think we have 1 applicant tonight.
Yes, she's not here. I'm not sure where she is. She told me she would be here, but she's not here. Oh, this must be.
Okay, I see her current residence is in Gary, and so she is moving to our wonderful city here in Hammond.
Could you pronounce your last name for us, ma'am?
Cuevas?
Cuevas. So, Ms. Cuevas, how did you hear about our program?
Through the officer home loan, I think it was.
The home loan. Okay. All right. And you will be a first-time home buyer?
Yes.
Okay. We're so glad to see that you can make it. Anyone else has any questions for her?
Nope.
Okay. Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for Maria Casas at 4227 Holman Avenue, sorry.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for Maria Cuevas at 4227 Holman Avenue. Can we have a roll call on that?
Soto Presley, Kasperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopbridge.
Yes. Motion passes. 3 yes, 2 absent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to Hammond.
You may be excused if you like. Okay, number 7's a subordination request approval from Michael Winning for 6334 Tennessee.
Yes, he's here. He's present.
Is he here?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome.
Good evening, how are you, sir?
I'm all right, how are you?
Good, good. So I'm looking at this, I see that you're just doing a modification, you're not taking any cash out, you're just trying to save your home.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking to your lender, do they have a timetable as for when they're gonna get this completed for you?
No, it hasn't been discussed.
Okay, but they needed this done first? Okay. You have any questions?
No.
Okay. Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the subordination request for Mr. Michael Winning
Winning.
at 6334 Tennessee.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the subordination request approval for Michael Winning at 6334 Tennessee Avenue. Can we have a roll call on that?
Soto Presley, Caspricky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes. 3 yes, 2 absent.
Okay. Good luck with that, okay?
Thank you.
Do everything you can to take care of that.
Okay, number 8 has been canceled, I've been informed tonight, so we'll move to number 9. Approval of development agreement with ATG Real Estate Development LLC.
Commissioners, if you look in your package, you'll find a development agreement discussing the development of the final 4.4 acres in the Oxbow Landing development. As you know, the property has been been under option with the property owner that previously built the professional office building next door. So he's had that property under option, and we've worked out some agreements as far as what the development will be for that property. As you know, he's done an excellent job at the 2929 Carlson Drive development. He brought Class A commercial office building to the area, which increased activity also within the Oxbow Landing area. With this development, he's proposing an $8 million investment, which is a substantial investment in that area. Also, with that investment, it will be a construction and development of approximately a 36,000 square foot office building, similar to the one that he has currently built, and the development of 4 outlots totaling 12 to 18,000 square feet with restaurant and retail space. So as many as you know, we're always looking for restaurants in this area, and then commercial office space is in high demand at this time. And the development agreement also states that this construction will begin on or before May 15th of this year.
Well, that's certainly good news.
It's very good for the city because from previously working in economic development, we have a lot of people that call for office space, and they always want Class A office space. It's very hard to get someone to move into an older office building, and as you know, a lot of our inventory within the city is older, so to have something new that's right off the expressway, he gets a lot of interest in that property.
You don't have any questions?
I'd like to state too, I really appreciate Attorney Westland moving his practice from Cherville to Hammond in the current office building there.
Okay, Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval of development agreement with ATG Real Estate Development LLC.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the approval of development agreement with ATG Real Estate Development LLC. We have a roll call on that.
Soto Presley, Caspricky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes. 3 yes, 2 absent. Okay, number 10 is an acceptance of request for proposals for the sale of 7527 Kennedy Avenue.
We have one submission. I'll go ahead and open that. The submission is from Cube Sports Complex LLC, Frank Buck and Stan Sobilo. Is that right, or close?
I'm sorry, could you say that again, because we didn't understand you?
Project Cube Sports Complex LLC, and it's signed by Frank Buck and Stan Sobilo. The Cube Sports Complex LLC group is bidding as advertised Exhibit A at $362,500. It's a multiple-page submission, so I would suggest that you refer it to staff.
Mr.
But
President.
it is the only one we received.
Mr. President, I make a motion to refer to staff the acceptance of the request for proposals for the sale of 7527 Kennedy Avenue.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the acceptance of request for proposal for the sale of 7527 Kennedy Avenue that be referred to staff. Can we have a roll call on that?
Soto Presley, Casperky, Navejas.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes. Motion passes 3 yes, 2 absent. Okay, number 11 is an authorization to advertise for the sale of 15-49 State Street.
Commissioners, at this point in time, we're asking for your approval to advertise for the sale of 15 to 49 State Street. That property is redevelopment owned, and we have had some interest in someone purchasing that property. So as you know, we have to, as the process goes, we have to have 2 appraisals for a fair market value to sell the property. So at this time, we've had the appraisals done, they've been received, and at this time, we're asking for your permission to advertise the property for sale.
Mr. President, I make a motion for the authorization to advertise for the sale of 15-49 State Street.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the authorization to advertise for the sale of 15-49 State Street. Can I have a roll call on that?
Soto Presley, Casperky, Navejas.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes. Motion passes 3 yes, 2 absent. And that's good news as well, too, on that property. All right, number 12 is an approval of change order number 003 for Wilson Iron Works Incorporated.
Good evening, Commissioners. Before you have approval for total change order for deductive change order for value engineered handrail around the entire walking track at the Sportsplex. We looked at value engineering for this specific product because it'll give us it can be manufactured locally. It'll be steel powder coated handrail in lieu of an aluminum glass rail, and the durability of it is better, and the lead times on it is a lot better, and it's more economical. And
If I'm looking at this correctly, this change order is a reduction.
correct, it's a decrease.
That's a first.
We work hard.
That is very positive, though.
I'm sorry.
Point well taken.
Okay. First,
I think that shows that your contractor has heeded your advice and is working hard to bring you a value for what.
he definitely is working hard to bring us value. We appreciate that. Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the change order number 003 for Wilson Iron Works Incorporated.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the approval of change order 003 for Wilson Ironworks Incorporated. If there's no further discussion, roll call, please.
Soto Presley, Kasperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes. Motion passes. 3 yes, 2 absent. Okay, we have another one here. Number 13's an approval of change order number 004 for Golf Inc.
So I appreciate the order that these was presented in. This one is an additional, discussed it with the team, and it was advised best that we purchase these items with the current budget on the project, and it's for additional 4 volleyball storage cards and 12 referee stands for the volleyball courts as well.
You don't have no questions? Mr. President, I make a motion to accept the approval of the change order number 004, Golf Inc.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the approval of change order 004 for Golf Inc. Can we have a roll call on that?
Soto Presley, Kasperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes. 3 yes, 2 absent.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Okay, number 14 is a resolution for David W. Westland and Westland and Bennett PC to execute documents relating to closing on the purchase of sale of real estate.
Commissioners, this is the resolution you sign annually that allows me to go to the closings and sign on your behalf. Obviously, I only go to those and sign after you've approved things, but what it does is it allows me to do it instead of dragging Ann or Africa or Phil to every single closing. So while they do come to a lot of the closings, sometimes it's just easier for me to do it. And so this allows Chicago Title and other title companies request this resolution.
And they want a signatory, we understand. Okay. So with that, Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the resolution for David W. Westland and Westland and Bennett Private Corporation to execute documents related to closes on the purchase or sale of real estate.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the resolution for David W. Westland and Westland and Bennett PC to execute documents relating to closings on the purchase or sale of real estate. Can we have a roll call on that?
Soto Presley, Kasperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes. 3 yes, 2 absent. Okay, number 15 is an approval of recommendation for bid award of 628 Hoffman Street.
Commissioners, as you know, the property that's commonly known as 628 Hoffman Street was formerly the Premier Candy Company, and we demolished that property. The property is owned by the Hammond Redevelopment Commission. Because the property was vacant, I requested approval to advertise the property, and we had 2 bids that were opened during a previous HRC meeting. Of the 2 bids, the highest bidder was Park Development, and with a bid offer of $310,000 for that property. Since that time, staff has met with the staff of Park Development, and we are we're seeking favorable approval of the recommendation because we feel that it'll be a very good development for that area. They are proposing a construction of 3 one-story warehouse buildings at 11,700 square feet each, with 164,900 square foot warehouse building in the back. As you know, the property is located across the street from a residential area, so they're also proposing a landscaping barrier or buffer so that the industrial use someone doesn't look out their window from across the street and look directly into an industrial warehouse. In addition to that, then they have the parking proposed in front of the building, so then there'll still be, the buildings will be pushed back a little bit more from the street, so they are showing that they're sensitive to the residential adjacent property. And I know that I've stated before that there's a high demand for commercial property, but there's also an extremely high demand for new quality industrial space. So that's why we're very favorable. We seek approval of this recommendation because after meeting with them, we believe that Park Development does have the capacity to bring this development into fruition. And Mike Kelly from Park Development is in the audience if you would like him to come forward and say a few words.
Yes, I would. Welcome.
Thank you. We are very excited about the project. We have also talked to the neighbors today to the east, and they are in discussions with us about selling us their property as well. Oh, wow. So we hope to expand the project. It was a very good win for all of us. So I appreciate the opportunity. My partner Mark and I are very much looking forward to getting started on this as soon as possible.
Down the block from me.
Hmm?
It's down the block from
Down the
me.
block for you. So what do you think about this?
Yeah, I thought that's exciting.
Okay.
Wish you were taking my house.
Seems like another nice investment to our city, especially in that corridor there off of Hoffman.
And
I'd like to, I mean, I'm not gonna hold you to it, but if you possibly, when you do the landscape, kind of put a nice berm hill maybe,
That's exactly what we're proposing.
something like along that nature.
Right, right, exactly.
And I would just ask that if you're inclined and you're going to approve it as recommended by staff, that the approval be contingent on finalizing the purchase agreement, because Mike hasn't seen it yet, but while I've started it, that hasn't been signed until we get this approval. So just that we have to get that still executed, but it would be premature to have done that before your approval. So if you're okay with moving forward with this, then we'd ask that you accept the bid and make that contingent upon formalizing a purchase agreement.
so moved.
Second.
Thank you, Chair Weston. We have a motion and a second. Roll call then, please.
So Presley, Testordi, Navejas,
Yes.
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes, motion passes 3 yes, 2 absent.
Thank you very much.
All right,
you.
so David, get this thing going.
You should see a purchase agreement in the very near future.
Okay, number 16 is an approval of recommendation for bid award of 6524-6540 Calumet Avenue.
Commissioners, in your package, you will see the bid that was received for the advertisement of 6524 to 6540 Calumet Avenue. As you know, that property was formerly the Bowl Arrow property, and it's owned by the Redevelopment Commission. So we advertised that property, and we received only one bid at the time that bids were received. And as you know, once bids are received, if we don't get another submission, then we wait 30 days, and then we staff meets with them, and then we come back to you, and we basically ask either for a recommendation of approval, or we say we may have to take it back out to bid. But we have met with Mr. Schoenberg from 165th and Calumet Property LLC, and he's proposing commercial development in that area. He also is a business owner. He has businesses within the city of Hammond, but he's proposing commercial development. I know he's talked to some restaurants, and he's also proposing office space. We're very excited because that property has sat vacant for quite a while, and he would not only own our property, but he also owns property adjacent, so he can have a pretty substantial size development. And I believe it's in here, but I know he's been working. I mean, we've actually been working with him or been talking to him for quite a while because he has been interested in this property for quite a long time, and he's actually been trying to market and get interest in the property. So now it seems like he has some very interested tenants, because he's going to, his proposal is to construct the building and then lease the space for other commercial users. So he, at this time, I know when I spoke to him, he said that he's in very serious conversations with some restaurants and then some office space, and he also will have some office space designated to his business as well. So upon meeting with him, it is staff's recommendation that you approve the bid for 6524 to 6540 Calumet Avenue to 165th and Calumet Property LLC, contingent on approval of the development agreement. Purchase agreement, sorry.
The only thing I would add to that is that because of Mr. Schoenberg owning property that's adjacent, and because of the way this particular property is situated relative to not having the depth that you would normally want to see, if I was going to go develop commercial property, I'd want a deeper property. This makes the most sense for a cohesive development to go in there, to sell it to the adjacent owner, because he's really the only one that can make it a nice-looking, practical development. So
It's the highest and best use of this land.
there's no doubt about it. So we're looking for you to approve the staff's recommendation to award the property, contingent upon execution of a purchase agreement, similar to what we just did with Mr. Kelly.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, yeah, if it's anything that's gonna look like this drawing in your packet, looks pretty good. All right, we have a motion and a second there on the floor. If there's no further discussion, we have a roll call.
Soto Presley, Casperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes, motion passes. 3 yes, 2 absent. Okay, number 17 is our reports. Ms. Tarver, would you like to share anything?
No report at this time. I think enough things have went forth in this meeting to substantiate my report.
Okay. Number 18 is our bills, register of claims.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the register of claims, beginning claims dated 12/18/17 and ending with claims dated 1/10/18. Claim number R55544 through R55643.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the register of claims from December 18th, 2017 through January 10th, 2018. Claims R55544 through claim R55643. Is there any questions or discussion on these claims? Okay, roll call then, please.
Soto Presley, Casperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes. Motion passes, 3 yes, 2 absent. Okay, number 19, new and unfinished business. Is there anything else?
None at this time.
Okay. Number 20, public comment. Anybody like to come forward? You may do so now. You have 3 minutes. Okay, public comment closed. Before we adjourn, though, I'd just like to acknowledge our First District Councilman, Mark Kowinski. Thank you for coming out. I'd also like to acknowledge our new Chief of Staff, Bill Talon. Thank you for joining us. All right, number 21.
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Can you signify by saying aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned.